Okay, everybody, we are going to do the Rodrigo Fun Sculptures project. I've got all the supplies out here, and I'm just going to go and do a mini project with you right now. The first thing I want to show you is how to do the glue trays. So I've got a piece of tin foil and a recycled tray here. The trick with doing the tin foil is you push it in first, then you wrap it around. Otherwise the tin foil will rip, and you don't want it to rip. So otherwise, you can do this with paint and with glue, and then that way when you're all done, you just unwrap it into a ball and throw it in the trash, and you don't have to clean your trays. Then you pour your glue in. And if you have a glue bottle that's old and is slow, you can even take off your tops here and pour the glue in this way. And then this is a fast way of having glue easily for multiple kids to share. And then you just have the cheap paint brushes. When they start to get hard and stiff, this is the kind of glue brush that you're going to end up using for gluing. So that is the first thing I wanted to show you. The second thing is for your bases, you have options. You can use recycled cardboard. This is kind of a big base, so you can fold this in half. Use this for 2 kids, or for today, I'm just going to fold this in half and just use half of it. For myself, because it's a thin piece of cardboard, so it might be too flimsy to use for 2 kids, but if you fold it in half, then you can use this as for 1 person. Or you can use an egg carton. Egg cartons are nice for using pipe cleaners, because pipe cleaners are nice for just literally the wire going straight in to the standing holes. The wire goes easily straight in. The trick with doing a 3-dimensional sculpture is height. You really want height when you are creating a sculpture. If you are just gluing things down flat, it's not going to make as fun of a product. So you're really looking for height when you are creating a sculpture. So there shows you how fast you get something with a pipe cleaner. I find this kind of corrugated cardboard, which you get from the dollar store very easily, as a really fun way of doing sculptures with kids. You can just take a small piece of it, cut it off. Also, when I'm doing cutting with kids, I have a cute little song that I use. I always tell them put their thumb up first, put their thumb in the hole, then stick their other fingers in. I can only fit in 2, but with kids they can fit in 3 sometimes. And then I sing, open, shut them, open, shut them, give a little snap, 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 open, shut them, open, shut them, then you put them back, back, back. We sing that song all the time in Art Fundamentals. So whenever, because cutting is one of the frustrating things that happens. So with this sculpture, you can see I'm just bending this here so that it'll stay. Then I'm going to use a little bit of glue. Whenever you're teaching gluing or painting, make sure that you show them to wipe things on the side. Then I'm going to paint my glue onto my piece. Instead of painting it on the base, I'm going to paint it onto my piece. And then I'm going to get some 3-dimensional height. And just like that, that stays up. The reason why this stays up so nicely is because it is lightweight. You can also get straws to stay up. These kind of bendy straws are fun. And to get straws to stay up, you might want to use them to lean against something. So I'm going to paint onto the cardboard this time. And then I'm going to have my straw lean up against my curved little spot here. So it's got a nice little spot to lean into. And I've got a spot for this to lean into. Now, if I wanted to, I could have put beads on this pipe cleaner. So you can pull this out and you can put beads on here. When doing beadings, you can talk about patterns if you wanted to. So you could do a nice little red-white pattern. Push this back in. So this just gives you an idea of a beginning of a sculpture, of different ways that you can make sculptures. And this shows you an idea of an end product of how you can go ahead and do a Rodrigo Fun sculpture. All right, have fun. They love this project. They're gonna continue to build and not want to stop at the end of class. You can tell them they can go home and they can make another sculpture, and just using recycling. Literally have their parents go into the recycling. You do not need to buy anything for this project. Just go into your recycling and just have glue and scissors, and you can use masking tape. But what's fun about these sculptures is using recycling, and that is what Rodney McCoubrey would do. He would use recycling for his sculptures, so you can talk about that. You can Google his name to come up with images of his own artwork when you're showing his name and his pictures at the beginning of the lesson. And then have fun. You can use wire, you can see, to make things stick off the page like his artwork as well. All right, those are the Rodney McCoubrey sculptures. We'll move on to the next lesson plan.